Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. The HIRUDEGARN fight is the newest red zone fight. It's definitely a tough fight. Certainly, I would struggle to say that it's on par with the toughest fights in the game. But, I do feel like it's got a little bit of different mechanics here, so it does make it I think this is a real fight for sure. Now, one thing is, we're going to go in here with Super Trunks, right? I guess we could just jump in and I could blabber away while we go. We're going double Super Trunks. Now, you guys know I hate Super Trunks. I think the problem with him, his design is not necessarily bad, just as much as they made his base form too weak. I guess it is bad because his restriction, the 3 Android Cell Saga characters, there's nothing wrong with that, but it should give you guaranteed guard. As it stands, he is just way too unreliable in base form. This is a little... I don't want to begin taking a lot of damage early, so I'll just leave EGL LR Gohan on rotation right here. So we're not necessarily in like a super rush to finish this fight fast. You guys are going to see, there's the first 2 phases here. We fight basically HIRUDEGARN and Hoi. Hoi doesn't really do much in either phase. HIRUDEGARN is a little tougher in the second phase, but it's nothing really crazy. Then, once we get to the final phase, HIRUDEGARN, he's a real boss. Like, his super attack damage is up there on par with the biggest bosses in the game. But he has a couple of other things that we'll talk about. Super Trunks. I want to get back to Super Trunks. So, Super Trunks is a character who, I hate him because just the way the game has gone, it's... there's not a ton of fights where you can kind of just chill and it's like, oh, take your time, Super Trunks. Take all the time you need to get good. Oh, Kale, take forever to get good. Oh, Turles. All these characters, they have the same problem, which is that they essentially suck in their base forms. They're not reliable. They're just flat out not good enough. Our rotations weren't the greatest right here. Remember, Trunks does have to do, 5 attacks in order to transform. So getting both Trunks in this second turn is kind of bad luck. But is it really bad luck when it happens to me literally every single time we do a run? Like, is it bad luck at that point? I'm not really too sure. But Trunks has to do his 5 attacks. Okay, nice, perfect. So we got a nice triple attack right there. That's beautiful. This is a fight where, right, so Trunks didn't guard right there, but HIRUDEGARN and Hoi are not really exhibiting much pressure early on. Right, and I disagree. Omega has pressure, because once you get to STR Omega, he is a real threat. Tech Omega, it's more like things have to go really wrong to get slapped up in there, but I feel like it does happen quite often. But it's not really a big deal, right? Now, when we get to the last phase of HIRUDEGARN, again, he's a real boss. He does an incredible amount of damage on his super attack. His normals hit very hard. Like, he does a lot of damage. But at the end of the day, just doing damage as a boss doesn't mean that much. I've explained this before. But after this AoE meta, I feel like it's not... this is bad. This is bad. Because, damn, I can't... I don't know. Like, if HIRUDEGARN just decides to super in the middle, we're cooked. Right? So let's just hope that HIRUDEGARN is not supering in the middle, okay? Let's just do that. If he does, it's probably I throw my hands up and I say, well, guys, I'm sorry, I'm bad. HIRUDEGARN, his damage is about 1 million right here. He's an extreme STR character, so he will one-shot the 8th anniversary LR. Oh my god, dude, that's so unfair. It's just so unfair. This happens all the time where it's like, all right, there's that one attack right there. HIRUDEGARN is attacking every single slot. So it's like, I can't 100% predict where his super attack is going to be. All right, and then they give me the 70 right there. Yeah, this is from 24 key, okay. Bro, I'm gonna... I thought this was going to be a nice, easy peasy video. Okay, we're fine. And he would have supered and they would have dodged it anyway. Okay, we're fine. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. Anyway, but the thing about HIRUDEGARN in that final phase, he does have massive defense. Future Gohan, come on. Hang in there, buddy. Remember, we don't want to have our HP go down too far, because if our HP goes down too far, That's another thing I really don't like about Trunks, is we can't use his Ghost Ushers as active skills if our HP falls too low. All right, so we can go ahead and pop this. I would like to speed up a little bit. For the attack break, let's just aim it at HIRUDEGARN, because he's, like, Hoei is not a threat damage-wise. Let's just throw this. Now, as I was explaining before, I think the community, all of us at this point, we are essentially battle-hardened from these really, really difficult AoE fights, right? Like, Dokkan, they decided to push shit way forward with the difficulty, with kind of like the AoE meta. And now, it's just like a boss can super big, like, tons of damage. Huge damage normals, which HIRUDEGARN has got. But, I mean, it doesn't really feel that bad. It doesn't even have anything to do with, oh, you know, we have tons of time to build up. That's not even the problem. It's just, without, like, the AoEs, or, I mean, maybe if HIRUDEGARN would double super, I think that can be very threatening as well. But I just find it to not be like, oh my god, like, you know, we're screwed. Like, it does not feel like that. All right, this is actually potentially could go best case scenario for us. How many attacks did Trunks do first turn? The friend one? I actually can't remember. Yeah, I've explained this a million times, but it's impossible for me to keep track of every single thing while, you know, wanting to hit a couple of talking points that I, you know, came up with going into the video, talking about what's going on, explaining the boss, explaining Trunks, and blah, blah, blah. I cannot remember how many attacks this Trunks has done. What is AJLR Gohan's defense? Let me take a look at that. Because remember, HIRUDEGARN is... That got him very close to death. HIRUDEGARN is tech. Damn. Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble here because I don't know if Trunks is transforming next turn or not. I can't remember. If he isn't, we'll have Dragon Fist. No, we'll be fine because we'll have Dragon Fist. Dragon Fist will tell us what we have to do. Perfect. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Again, so if he's not able to transform next turn, it's because of our bad opening rotations, which, again, I mean, does seem to happen to me frequently. Sorry, so here we get to HIRUDEGARN. The reason why I think a couple of key videos just showing some characters who could destroy HIRUDEGARN could be good. This is a fight I certainly could envision getting missions added to it as well. I easily could see them adding a mission to this. So HIRUDEGARN has essentially 10 million. There's like weird stuttering there. You see that? What the hell is that? Okay. I mean, again, I've got my backup phone I could switch to. All right. So HIRUDEGARN has 10 million defense. Super effective against all types. Not going to cut it. That doesn't do anything here. I mean, you'll do a little bit extra damage, but it's not going to get penetrate his defenses. I was told that I was wrong about defensive debuffs, like Android 13 or maybe a character with greatly lowers defense or something like that, that it actually really is going to have a massive effect. So we could come in here, again, with, say, Fusion Android 13, his EZA, and he supers HIRUDEGARN once, and that is going to take off most of what HIRUDEGARN has. So that could be an effective strategy. I probably will do a video on Android 13 as well. But the guaranteed crits is what matters so much. Super Trunks, remember that Super Trunks, he's guaranteed critting. Like, his presence here, if we're able to pop the Ghost Usher with him, I mean, yeah, no shit. Like, it's, you know, that's gonna, you know, basically win us the fight right here. But remember that every attack Trunks does is a guaranteed crit, right? His active is a guaranteed crit. His super attack effect gives him guaranteed crits for the turn. So Trunks is just pretty much always guaranteed critting. So, I mean, we actually... Actually, HIRUDEGARN is probably just going to die from this turn. I think we're actually just going to one-turn him. So HIRUDEGARN's got that massive defense, but if we're just pounding out guaranteed crits, there's not really a ton that HIRUDEGARN is going to be able to do to us, right? And that's, I mean, I would imagine, I mean, this is pretty much kind of like the best setup we could run in here, is something along the lines of Super Trunks with LR Future Gohan, because remember, everything Super Trunks does once transformed is guaranteed crits. As much as I've disliked Super Trunks a lot, never at any point have I been talking bad about this form. You can't. I mean, guaranteed double supers, guaranteed crits, active skill Ghost Usher. Look at this. Like, HIRUDEGARN, again, like, we kill HIRUDEGARN in 1 second, and it's like he's got this defense, but that shit doesn't mean anything when you've got big-time crit abilities like this. Like, we're gonna leave another 5 or 6 attacks on the table that we didn't ever get to. Super Trunks may be one of my most hated characters ever. This is true. But you guys must remember, you always need to be willing to take in new info as the environment changes. Keep in mind, we might be closing in, 9th anniversary, headlining characters having mechanics that draw boss attacks to them, which could protect these weaker DOKKANFESTs of 2023. You know, Android 21 in the Fusion Zamasu fight, Super Trunks, Turles until he builds up, the 17 and 17, Kale. I mean, we very easily, I almost should probably do a video just discussing of how much the environment of the game will change, and honestly, just how much more fun the game, I think, would be if that does happen. But there we go. Super Trunks absolutely destroys this fight. He may actually be the very best character in the game for this fight. He might be. Because I guess that STR HIRUDEGARN could nearly one-shot him in the second phase. But, I mean, that doesn't seem as dangerous as some other fights we've seen. It seems like it's going to be pretty kind of easy for Trunks to kind of get transformed. And then, I mean, once he's transformed, HIRUDEGARN just gets wiped away. So, let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time.